Delco. What's funny to take a look at when you're kind of going through your mind is how what you're obsessed with is kind of progressed over your life. If we go back to like age 10, it's Lenny Dykstra and Kelly Kapowski. If we go to like age 13, it's Michael Jordan and Topanga. If we get to age 15, it's growth of hair in regions that hadn't previously grown hair, and then how it pertains to the likes of Kelly Kapowski and Topanga. We get to 18, and it's squashing the middle class and setting women's rights back 40 years. Wait, that was Paul Ryan. But then you get to 19, and I'm completely obsessed with the act of throwing a baseball as hard as humanly possible, and this girl named Christina. Essentially, I go to college up outside of Scranton at a school where a bunch of academic misfits get together, essentially only to play baseball. And like, I always threw really hard, like ridiculously hard. I knocked a kid's eye out when I was 11 in Little League. I bruised people all the way up. I broke my dad's kneecap when I was 14. But you get to a point where you realize there's certain thresholds that you have to break to even be considered like a professional prospect. And I learned that throwing hard as a 17-year-old out of Delco did not mean being a professional prospect at the 19-year-old age level, and thus I was never going to get paid to play baseball. That magical number is like 90 miles an hour. And tantalizingly, I would always be like 86, 87, 88. Could never break 90 when a scouts radar gun was on me, therefore I was never a prospect. I was just a middling college student at an awful junior college with no financial outlook in my life. So like, I spent most of the freshman year obsessed with getting my velocity to 90 miles an hour. I become in tune with certain plyometrics, inverted rotations and external rotations of my shoulder. I put on 10 pounds. I start lifting. As you can see, I don't lift anymore. Like, I'm like this scrawny kid. And eventually, towards the end of the season, I get close enough to it that when you're a good enough college player, they put you in like these select leagues during the summers or so. And so I get placed in Dixon City, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Troop, which they spell T-H-R-O-O-P, and I still have not figured out the phonetics of the silent H. If you can explain it to me, please do. This probably speaks to the education level of the entire region, but that's a whole other story. Basically, I'm on this team, and they give you a job during the day, and my job was to be a counselor at the Dixon City Rec Center for kids with other players on my team. Consequently, this is where Christina comes in. She is another counselor. And I'm assigned to the Lakota tribe. I have 6-year-olds. And in my tribe is a 6-year-old who kind of has the sensory abilities somewhere in between like Helen Keller and Stephen Hawking. His name's JT. Coke bottle glasses. He weighs like 55 pounds if you add in the brace that he drags behind him on his right leg. And he's got these, what do you call it, big, gigantic hearing aids from like 1985 or so. And he happens to be Christina's little brother. Okay? So I have JT all day long for 6 hours a day, every single day. And I'm still obsessed with this 90-mile-an-hour mark. Christina, who is this beautiful blonde of 23 years old, is like a senior advisor or whatever, is dating one of my teammates who routinely throws 90 miles an hour and is much more of a prospect than I am. And he's from like upper middle class standing, is probably better looking. And on a side note, when you're 19, you don't judge people based on the decisions you make. You kind of look at them as like a singular object. If Christina existed today and she was dating this douchebag, I would look down upon her as you grow. You kind of see that. Like, the most beautiful woman in the world could walk across the street right now, and if the boyfriend she was with had an Italian flag on his arm and a tribal band on the other, wearing a tank top and a sideways polo cap, she wouldn't be pretty anymore. Okay? And it's just kind of an adaptation you make as you move forward. So JT works with me every single day, and he always kind of sits next to me because the other kids won't pick him while I'm doing plyometrics and things like that. And he's always asking me, did that one go 90? Did that one go 90? Did that one go 90? Like, I don't know, there's no radar gun, JT, alright, whatever. But he's her brother, whatever, I play nice with him. On the last day of camp, everybody gets together and plays a gigantic dodgeball game. Some kids on one team, other counselors on another, like they're all kind of mixed in. And we're playing, and it's getting rather intense. And I see Christina give that kid Ryan a kiss before he's on the other team or whatever. I was playing, and I'm like all pumped up. I'm all jacked up the entire time. And so like it's getting towards the end of the game, and I see Ryan in my sights. And I have a shot to cock loose one of these balls as fast as I can at his body and inflict some harm in a way that I can't do normally. And I throw it as hard as I can right at him, and it's going. I feel like fire coming off the edge of my fingertips. And he sees it, steps to the side, and it runs right into JT's head. And lifts his little body off the ground and blows his hearing aids out the side at least 10 feet either way. I kind of like walk up to him, and I'm so worried. I think I killed the little kid. His Coke bottle glasses are all cocked sideways and stuff. I just kind of look at him, and his sister's around and everything, and he looks me right in the eye. He's like, "Did that one go nice?"